Whoops. Hi there. This is exactly where we left off last time. I didn't play the game at all since then. Those cactibos reminded me that I've been neglecting to seek out the NPCs that can fuse your monsters with one of their own in each map. I think in a previous stream a chatter told me there's one per echelon. But I also don't know if they'd make that much of a difference because my party is really overranked for the point of the game I'm in. Again, everybody's a B rank. I feel the game expects me to have at best C rank monsters at this point. Maybe not even that yet. Anyway, I just came back here because I needed to heal. But next we are back to getting lost at that quicksand dungeon. So last time, as I remember, I was focusing on going this way, the right route. I was falling down these catacombs and kind of just ended up going in circles and hitting a lot of dead ends. So I'm not sure if there's anything else I haven't seen yet on that half of the map. On the other hand, I'm not sure if the left path will lead to anywhere. It seems to be all blocked by sand as well. Unless there's something I'm missing. I'll check it out one more time just in case. It's definitely not this way because there's sand on the path, but I was thinking if there may be supposed to be a way to clear the sand, but I don't think we've had a mechanic like that up to this point. Because in some previous maps I was still thinking in Trials of Mana logic and trying to find like switches and stuff to open up new paths. But this game, on the other hand, is mostly just about clearing straight for the labyrinths. Anyway, let's try falling down here one more time. Hi there, Kiara. So definitely not this way either. There's no way to jump over this pillar even though it looks It's kinda like you can, if you really angle it right. I do kind of miss having like unintentional sequence breaks in video games like this. I feel like it doesn't happen anymore. Like if you could take a shortcut, you shouldn't be able to. A moth just gave me a small scar. Am I that terrifying? I don't even have a Halloween costume yet. I think you're supposed to fall down a different hole to get past these pillars. Yeah, that was correct. Also, I do wish we had a little bit more landmarks in this dungeon. Every room kinda looks the same. So I started to tell where you've been. Again, I want to compare it to Trials of Mana, where dungeons actually had different rooms with where there wasn't any gameplay difference to them, but they had a different purpose, like dungeons would have a kitchen or a jail cell and stuff, and you could actually tell them apart if where you've had been already. Yeah, I thought I should have opened that chest already, but that's the reason why. Although I think that the brown chests actually restock after some time. It's the red ones that you can only open once. Either they restock or they will get replaced by a candy box. Not jumping past this one either. And my horseman's already out of mana. There must be something not communicating the map, like some pathway that looks like it's blocked but actually isn't. I do feel like I should have explored this off stream, so we wouldn't spend that much time here. Yeah, in general, this game's dungeon design is not the most elegant, I would say. Some of it is due to the limited budget it probably has. They can't afford to make a ton of different assets for every map. Oh, no, never mind. I thought I had found the path, but it's still blocked. Up there on the upper right is just going back to where we started. But going down, you can't head to the left because that's blocked. But the bottom left corner of that... oh, never mind, I can't access that big room either. That's why it's shadowed out. I am missing something, but it's very hard to tell what it is. On that upper right large room up there, if you go left, there's another curved pillar. I don't think I've tried going up there yet. So let's see if we can go back there. I remember visiting that room in the previous stream and finding it odd that I think it just led to a single chest. One thing I wish they would do, and that it's very feasible in this game, is have a larger variety of monsters in a dungeon. Because indoors you don't have the seasons mechanic, so there's only one roster of monsters. It doesn't cycle with the change of seasons. Because I remember previous games in the series where like you'd have a hidden corner with a monster that only spawns in there, stuff like that, and that made it more fun to explore. But here you only have like 4 monsters that show up everywhere. Like for example, in Dragon Quest Monsters 2 Remake, there is a desert map early in the game. And if you kinda go off the trail of where the story leads you to, you can find a single monster that's a living magic lamp. And if you come close to it, it actually runs away from you and it spawns a different monster like a ghost to attack you. So that's 2 monsters you don't fight anywhere else. And you can either fight the ghost and try to scout him, or avoid the ghost and go after the magic lamp. When I found that for the first time, I found it very neat. Also, I was right about that. You could go over that pillar and had missed it up until now. So this is definitely the right path, because we've looked everywhere else already. This is gonna be blocked, but I thought I'd check for a chest or something. Now I think there are 2 more holes to go down. I think I saw them on the map. Yeah, I think we are not quite done getting lost yet.
Oh.
This one first. There is one curved pillar, but I don't think you can get on it from here. Yeah, it has to be from the other end. So the hole nearest to the staircase doesn't lead to anything. Now for this one down here. Also nothing, you don't even have to walk around, just see in front of the map. You'll just check if there's any treasure chest. I wonder if any of my party members is going to change this stream because we are still steamrolling past everything. This should be the correct one. So that's a tiny golem, almost smaller than Saru.
Oh. Oh.
Let's seal up, and since we are stopping by here, there is one thing we haven't tried in a while. I wanted to see how well my new party does in the quickfire contest. You'll have to be doing those daily because they always give out some sort of reward. Square Enix's policy like changes every other day, and every time you have to do this confirmation again. Give me a second. Right. Oh, not this party. Let me see. We are fighting other parties of monsters, so I guess I will bring out Dora. This is usually my main setup, so let's see how it goes against other players. Just got an accessory called the Dancer Ring. It's not better than what she has right now. Oh, but this might be. 30 more wisdom's pretty good. Five wins is actually not that much better than when I was in the early game. But I guess, is a matter of luck of the draw with your opponents. I still have go after eggs, but I don't have a lot of reason to until we unlock a better tier. Because aside from fishing for like MP boost or wisdom boost talents, there is no much use for these monsters. That one isn't even like a fantasy creature, it's straight up just a fish. I think I have a few more seeds to use. And actually not sure whether your monsters keep those stat upgrades after you synthesize them. I hope they do. How many of those I have? What's he got? Right, that would have been scary if that worked. It was a full party death spell. Ryukendo. That name sounds familiar, but I can't recall which anime or manga that is. Oh, he's got bounce on, so he's gonna reflect spells. Good on the Mechanorama for absorbing just everything he throws at him. Also had the auto battle turned on. I was thinking, when do I get to act, but I was just not paying attention. Right, he has a spell reflect, so I'll bring out my physical attackers. Another pretty easy one. Oh, it's a tokusatsu, not a anime. Actually, yeah, he might be a bit inspired by tokusatsu villain designs.
哀れだね。自分たちの状況も分かってないなんて。あの方の計画は着実に進んでる。君らがどんな顔をするか楽しみ。
あの方とは一体これであの丘のストーンマンも 救われたのでしょうか。
ルーラ。
The green ghost's final form was coincidentally a butterfly slash moth kind of creature.
レメトさん、誰も
I
いま
guess
せん
that
ね。
might be might be a bit common in tokusatsu because people have like Mothra to get inspiration from.
これレメトさんの首飾り。
But you don't see it a lot nowadays.
きっとレメトさんも砂に帰ったのですね。あら、何かしら。
ヤッホー、見えてる？聞いて聞いて、黄金の腕輪を見つけたよ。ロザリーヒルで待ってるから。じゃあね。
ミンミのもとへ行かなければ。ロザリーヒルに帰りましょう。
ルーラ。
We were getting used to a monster joining us after every one of these clone vignettes, but I guess it's not happening this time.
言いつけ通り黄金の腕輪を見つけてきた
Yeah,
よ。
nobody's addressing the random horse that's in the tower now. I think he'll come up later in the plot.
エンドールの闇商店で魔物たちがこれを盗んで逃げてるのを見つけたんだ。そこに僕がバビューンと体当たり。見事に手に入れたってわけさ。
ミンミン、ありがとうございます。さすがは私の大親友。さあ、アグルカさんの研究所へ向かいましょう。
ルーラ。感謝するぞ。よー素晴らしい。これで完全な進化の秘宝を生み出せる。実験にはしばし時間がかかる。とっておきのこれをやるぞよ。
You're still going to take time. This subplot is kind of been dragging on.
それで新たな魔界に行っておれ。その間にマロは進化の秘宝を完成させる。
秘宝の完成には時間がかかるようですね。私たちは新しい魔界へ行きましょう。
待ちたもれ。
こんにちは。
ルーラ。
Sure, we're just gonna kill time a new circle of the underworld now. We've unlocked the middle level of this crowd. This is probably gonna be something different. Hey, there's an Iron Maiden. What Dorian Gray used to be. That's the start.
あの姿、どこかで。
新しい入信者の方、ようこそパッコイ邪教団へ。あれは地獄の三神の御霊。我らが崇める尊い神様です。
地獄の三神。
我々は親愛を込めて彼らをイスナ、ジュマ、クークと呼んでいますが。
Right, I think I might have a favorite monster NPC already. I didn't think they would use the Iron Maiden in the plot.
帝王エスタークとも呼ばれていますね。はるか昔、偉大なる地獄の三神は世界を滅亡へとお導きくださいました。しかし下劣な天空の竜に体と魂を別々に封印されてしまった。我々は三神様を探して北へ南へ行く清楚。ついにここで高貴なる魂を発見したのです。御霊に生命力を戻して地獄の三神を目覚めさせ、この世界を浄化することこそ我らの本能。さあ、あなたもパッコイ邪教団に入信し、地獄の三神復活に協力しませんか？
Saro is gonna be on board with this.
ナイスハンター！より詳しい話は後ほど私たちのコミューンで。
Love your voice also. And I think the Iron Maiden is a rideable monster in Dragon Quest level. At least I've seen a screenshot of that. Where like your character just kind of kneels inside that cage and she can transport you.
あれが 地獄の帝王エスターク。
地獄の帝王を刺激し、己に
Too
従
bad this
え。
game doesn't have
お
rideable
前の
monsters.
心はすでにそう定まっておるのだろう。
Guess there's gonna be just one boss this time. It's probably gonna be that dragon up there.
皆さん元気にご挨拶。それパッコイパッコイパッコイパッコイ。
It's my party's spellcaster.
今度こそ
The backup
儀
one
式を成
anyway.
功させましょう。音楽鳴らしちゃってパッコイパッコイそれパッコイ戦え疑え信者たちパッコイパッコイそれパッコイ宇宙の調子にパッコイ厄介者の竜名今日こそ思い知るのだいけいけいっけ
You could even put stuff like pillows and other things to make the cage more comfy. I'm talking over an important cutscene. Well, Dora is large enough that you could probably
しぶといやつめ
camp overnight inside her cage.
ようこそパッコイ邪教団へ。モースロイ様、新たな入信希望者ですよ。
すんばらしい新人さんバッガイ私教主のモースロイと申します
さっきのは一体。
おお地獄の三神復活のための儀式ですよ封印された生命力を魂に逆流させるんです地獄の三神の一人空空の完全復活まであと一歩なんですがあのウジヤマムシあの竜に妨害されて困ってるんです駆除しようにもあんまりにも強くってさーてパッコイパッコイ皆さん儀式を再
Was
開しますよ
that slime with the pink spots? Was it always there?
つまりあの竜を倒せば地獄の帝王が復活するかもしれないということなのですね。
Yeah, why not? Oh, I thought they would actually sing in like voice acting. That's a bit of a letdown. I like how you have all those uniformed cultists and nobody mites the random spotted slime in the middle of them. He's just part of the gang. Oh, jump scare. Do you think they do a lottery or something for who gets to sleep inside the Iron Maiden?
来ると思っていました。我が名は海流ニシル。地獄の帝王の復活を阻止せんとする者。我が主マスタードラゴン様は心を痛めておられます。お前はたとえ大罪人になろうとも地獄の帝王を復活させ刺激するつもりでしょう。
This one reminds me a bit of a Dragon from Down Quest 9. For a moment I even wondered if it was a mod rework of him. But that one was mostly black colored and he was evil. Well, this one is good and Psar is the one who's a villain. Nice more minions for Dora to clear out. Although this one might be surprisingly stronger than the rest. Monsters who are, I mean bosses who are actually important to the main plot tend to be the difficulty spikes in this game. Oh, never seen this one before. Not quite as much damage as I expected it to do. I mean, hey, Dora is randomly a more potent healer than our actual healer. But that's because I gave all the wisdom seeds to her. Confuse not least works on the minions, but it doesn't matter. So I have no revival items and my main reviver is dead. I do need him, so I might try to have Dora revive him. But she's gonna need a lot more mana. Oh, that's when she uses her vines when she defends. Oh well, that's a bit of a disaster. Either he dies now or I'll have to try again. Good thing I deposited my money before that. But I don't think we can make our party much stronger now. If I synthesize everybody back to level 1, it takes us the rest of the string to get them back up to this stage. I could try out a different starting setup. Since his minions are actually vulnerable to status effects, I should start with the Gargoyle in the party. And the Horseman also has a lot of full party attack power. Also, this place doesn't have any warp, so you have to climb it up all the way back. Also, there's a chest I've missed.
ほう
Does this shop sell anything different? Not really. I do have some talent points to invest.
「再び来ようとは己の罪深さがまだわからないようですね。愚かな罪人よ、光の裁きを受けなさい。
Actually, now that I think about it, this is one very interesting thing about this game in having Pusara as the main character, and I wish it would use it more often. Is that because he's a bad guy, you will actually fight some good monsters as bosses. Because previous games in the series also had some good monsters that you could have in your party, but they would rarely come up in the main story, and if they did, it wouldn't be as bosses, because again, you are good and so are they. But in this game you can invert this. Like how in past games you actually could have Zenith, the White Dragon, but he wouldn't come up on the plot. It was just a post-game synthesis. I forgot to show off how, for the King Cure Slime, all healing spells are very cheap because of his passive trait. Little luck of the confusion this time. Also, Right as Wing is a pretty good multi-member heal spell, but it takes wastes 2 turns to use it. I think the biggest waster in this aspect might still be Pokemon games, because it actually does that very much on purpose. You always have a load of Pokemon from previous generations that you can only get if you transfer from a past game. Our healer is gone again. I think this fight's actually going worse than the previous attempt. Right, our healer is brought back. Let's hope he doesn't immediately die. Oh, nice. But as the MVP on this one, actually had to play 2 roles with the healer dead for half of the battle. I have one standout memory about Cloister. So I think it was my first playthrough of Pokemon White 2 on the DS. There was one system where you could trade Pokemon with people who were not around you, like physically near you, like with the DS wireless connection. Instead, you would deposit a Pokemon in the network and somebody else would trade for something that matched your requirements. So I traded away a Magnezone, I think, for a Cloister. The Cloister had a Japanese name, and I think it was one of the best members of my team. I was it for the entirety of the game.
マスタードラゴン様、力なき私をお許しください。
これで地獄の帝王は復活したのでしょうか。先ほどのコミューンに行ってみましょう。
If I was more into Dragon Quest, I could probably say something about all these monsters in these statues. But as I am right now, I can talk a little bit about this one. He's called the Stark, and I actually don't recall what game he originates from. I can look it up right now. Oh, he is introduced in Dragon Quest 4, okay. So this one often comes up as a post-game super boss, and actually I'm pretty sure he will be that in this game as well. He was in Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2 for the DS as a post-game boss. And I remember that if you wanted him for your party, the requirement was not only beating him, but you had to do it a limited amount of turns. I think it was 20. But it was a rather small amount anyway. And for me, that seemed impossible at the time. I never got around to doing it. Actually makes me wanna start a new save and accomplish that. I would love to actually stream that game, but it is imprisoned on the DS.
おかえりなさいませ、救世主様。我らここから見ておりましたぞ。例のお邪魔な竜を倒す凛々しいお姿。
これで地獄の三神空空の御霊は復活し、いずこかに封印されし御身も目覚めるでしょう。
あなたを我が教団の名誉会員として迎えます。さあ、一緒にパッゴイ温度。お大変だ。人間どもが地獄の三神の一人空空の御身を見つけちゃいますか。なんですって。御身に力が戻るにはまだ時間がかかるでしょうに。場所は
They keep calling him Duma. I wonder if that's a localized name.
この最悪の魔球のさらに上層です。鉱山の町アッテムトから掘り当てたみたいで。皆さん、位置について。世界滅亡の時は近い。さあ、超特急で儀式をしますよ。パッコイパッコイ、それパッコイ。戦え疑え信者たち。
I look at the Iron Maiden dancing.
一度ロザリーヒルに帰りましょう。
パッコイ。ルーラ
Maybe we still have to go back there for the plot. There are 2 more statues.
とうとうこの
Then
時
we
が
can
来
see
てし
her
まっ
again.
たのですね。エスタークを刺激し人間を滅ぼす時がアッテムトに行ってはなりません。
Well, at least Rose has now escalated to kind of trying to physically restrain Pizarro from destroying
ここで
mankind.
やめなければ
Up until now, she's just like, I hope he changes his mind, but that's not happening.
お願いです。どうか。
はーい、なのよさっきすっごく邪悪な波動を感じたなの。とうとうエスタークが復活したなのね。デスパレスにみんなを集めておくなの。君もすぐ来てなのよ。
お願い行かないで。もう止められないの。
Well, that depends because she will be spared when he eventually kills everybody. So she gets one nice thing out of this relationship.
なんてことだ。時が来たか。長きにわたり待ちわびたその時が。やはり地獄の帝王が。地獄の帝王様、万歳
Nice silent movie we've got there.
万歳今こそ人間どもを撃ち滅ぼし絶望と苦痛を与えるのだ。ルーラ、あの方に続け。
Oh, the cat stays behind him. For a second I thought he'd go with everybody.
なんということだ。地獄の帝王が人間ごときに敗れただと。
And once again we walk in on Dragon Quest 4's plot.
でも予言では帝王を倒せるのは天空の勇者だけのはずなのよ。サントハイムのアリーナ姫とジ
従者のクリフとブライ、モンバーバラのマーニャミネア姉妹に戦士ライアンと商人トルネコ、あいつら噂の勇者一行なのよ。
なんじゃと。その名前は。
あいつがサントハイムを、お父様を。
大変です。エルフのロザリーが人間たちの手に。
聞こえるか。
A little bit underwhelming to just leave that scene like that.
これを見よ。
It would have been interesting to fight the Dragon Quest for Pyre as a boss. This game's pretty much on of the only chances you would have to make that happen.
よく聞くのだ。お前はこれから大きな決断を下すことになる。その決断はお前自身の運命ばかりでなく、世界の命運をも大きく変えることになるだろう。心の目を研ぎ澄まし見極めるのだ。くれぐれも真実を見誤るな。
戻ってきてくれたんですね。
バラバラ、悪い人間たちがいっぱい来てロザリーちゃんを誘拐したんだよ。
そうなんです。そのまま森に連れられて隙をついてなんとか逃げてきましたが、この目で見てしまいました。私の誘拐を指示していたのはあのベネットさんだったんです。彼はもしかしたらルビーの涙を狙って。
おいおい、デタラメもいい加減にしろ。
ベネットさん。
I was wondering if the plot had just forgotten about this
俺は
character.
見たんだ。ロザリー君がさらわれていくところ、この目でな。いいか、こいつは偽物のロザリー君だ。本物は今も人間たちに捕まってる。さあ、本物のロザリー君を助けに行くぞ。
そんな、よくもそんなことを信じてください。ベネットさんは人間たちを指示して私を森に連れて行ったんです。
おい、そいつの言うことに耳を貸すな。
お願いです。どうか私を信じてください。
どっちの言ってることが本当なの？
One of them's trying to pull a ruse of some description. That's a pretty neat way to put it.
俺は確かに手癖は悪いし、褒められた生き方はしてこなかった。でもな、これだけは絶対に誓う。俺を信じてくれ。このままだとロザリー君が危ないんだ。そいつを信じちゃダメだ。
It's not like this is an actual mystery, because the game showed us a glimpse of what happened. But I wanted to see what Rose says.
覚えていますか？私たちが出会った時のことを。あなたが名前をくれたあの日、私はこの世に生まれたんです。どうか判断を誤らないで私を信じてください。そんな、どうして。これ以上惑わされてはいけません。
俺は確かにテクスでもな、俺を信じてくれるんだな。
そんな、どうして。
ロザリーちゃんの目からルビーの涙が。王子、ロザリーちゃんを信じてあげて。ポロポロ。
くそ、どうしてお前はそうなんだ。
Okay, so
もう勝手にしろ。
the game just strong arms us into the wrong decision. Maybe the slime is also an imposter.
ベネットさん、
That would be very easy to get.
プルプル、もしベネットを信じてたら、
Also, if she was real and just telling the truth, then Toilet is the kidnapper and we just let him walk away.
スラブル、私のことを信じてくれ
That
て
feels more than a bit contrived.
あら？そう、計画通りに行ったのね。楽しいティータイムは終わりみたいです。残念ながら私は偽物。さっきのルビーの涙、よくできてたでしょ。欲深い人間たちに連れ去られた本物のロザリーはどうなったかしら。騙された。プルプル。
さあ泣け。泣いてルビーの涙を流すんだ。
This is a bit of an idiot plot, as it's called. And I don't think Dragon Quest does it that often, but this is a pretty bad example of it.
強情なやつめ、これでもか。
来てくださったのですね。お願いです。私の最後のわがままを聞いてください。どうか野心を捨てて私と二人きりでずっと。
I do feel silent protagonists get mishandled a lot in this regard, especially in newer games. where you get all those pointless cutscene choices to give the illusion that your character has more agency than he actually has.
お前は選択を誤ったのだ。
Well, that was a pretty powerful cutscene. It almost, but not quite, makes you forget the not so good build up to it. It does carry the stink of the terrible choice you had to make earlier, but I really like the choice to show Stark destroying all the places we've visited before. Well, hey, at the very least, the Iron Maiden looked pretty happy.
完全ではない進化の秘宝は己の体を崩壊させてしまう。理性を失い異形の化け物となり果て死ぬこともできずただ破滅へと突き進む。
And there's Psato, the Manslayer.
哀れな人間と魔族の子よ。真実をつかむことができていれば運命は
おい、おい、 気がついたか。アグルカ博士のところからパクってきた時の砂だ。こいつで時間を戻したのさ。
Oh, don't tell me. I was gonna say, so either everything that just happened was a dream sequence or something, or this is a dream sequence. I thought for a moment that of the outcome of Saro's choice of who was telling the truth was like an illusion, and we were back to making the choice again. The correct one now.
お前は今その目で真実を見てきたんだろ。だったらわかるはずだ。
But sure, let's insert time travel into the plot.
さあ、選んでくれ。
Oh,
俺と
you
ロ
are
ザリー
actually
君
back to that choice.
どっちが本物か。
You know, I made the right choice the first time. So just because you did that, let's actually pick the wrong one now. Let's see what happens.
覚えていますか？あなたがどうか。嬉しい。
Maybe to just strong arm us into choosing the other one this time.
本気かよ。どうしてお前は同じ過ちを繰り返すんだ。
I did that?
くそ、そうかよ。もう勝手にしろ。
残念ながら欲深い人間と
We've seen all of this. Does it just play the entire sequence again? I think it does. Yeah, let's skip past this. I think the game might have just frozen. Oh no. It was just taking a lot longer than usual. But I guess it was a lot of stuff to skip. So what we just saw was actually a bad ending, if you chose to believe the imposter. But the game really wanted us to know what happens, so it forces us to make the wrong choices the first time.
お前はその目で真実を見てきたあったらわかるだろ。
And
早
now
く
this is
本
the
物の
actual
ロザリー
plot.
君を助けに行くぞ。よし、ようやく腹は決まったな。
まさか私を疑うのですか？
Well, I'm not sure I like that, because we just saw a great cutscene just to be told that it doesn't actually happen. Never mind that. You won't have to deal with any of the consequences.
しらちらしいやつだ。お前の嘘はこいつにはもう通じないぜ。
どうして信じないのよ。こんなはずじゃ。
Honestly, it's about as bad as if Pizarro just woke up and that was just a nightmare.
なら仕方ないわね。こうなりゃ作戦変更と行かせてもらうわ。あんたたちにはここで死んでもらうよ。
You were like an early game random enemy. What are you going to do? She's had a lot of health, but pretty much no damage.
あと少しだ。ごめんなさい。エビル・プリースト様。
エビル・プリースト、カミロの魔界であったあいつのことか。つまり黒幕は奴だったってことか。いや、今はそれどころじゃないな。急ぐぞ。ローザリー君はイムルの村の東の森だ。
さあ泣け、泣いてルビーの涙を流すんだ。なんだ
今だ。
ちっくしょう、逃げろ
ー。ローザリー君、無事か。
Also, one consequence of making the right choice is that the Iron Maiden from that quote is not gonna be happy anymore, because the world is not ending. So it's not all positive.
ベネットさん、どうして二人が。
その話は後だ。命に別状はなさそうだが、怪我をしてる。すぐにロザリーヒルへ戻ろう。よし、これでもう心配ないぜ、ロザリー君。
助けてくれて本当にありがとうございました。もしもあのまま助けが来なかったら。
ああ、本当に危機一髪だったな。だけど一つ収穫があった。ロザリー君を狙っていたのはランディオルの直臣エビル・プリーストだ。奴は復讐心を煽ることでお前を破滅に導こうとしたんだ。
エビル・プリーストか。聞いてください。人間の中には確かに悪い人が大勢います。けど全員ではない。ベネットさんのように心の清い人間もいます。だからもう一度お願いします。どうか人間を滅ぼすという野心を押してください。
Rose, the thing is, if we destroy mankind, we get a much more interesting plot outcome than what's happening now. We just saw a glimpse of it.
あなたの誓いが簡単な思いではないことは分かっています。ただよく考えてほしいのです。すべての人間が悪いわけではない。人間を滅ぼす野心をどうか押してください。
I guess the game's just gonna loop this choice until pick yes. And I think every time a cutscene presents a choice like that in the past, if you pick the obviously wrong answer, it just loops like this.
まったく遅えっての。でもお前なら分かってくれると信じてたぜ。とはいえ戦いは終わったわけじゃない。エビル・プリーストを倒すのは当然として。そうだな、その目を見ればお前の言いたいことはわかる。人間と魔族が共存していくためには今の魔王ランディオル大帝じゃダメだ。だからランディオル大帝を倒して自分が魔界の王になる、そう言いたいんだろ。さすが相棒だろ。お前の言いたいことは大体わかるんだよ。
すごいやすごいや、王子は魔王になるんだね。
ここから先はまたベネットさんも一緒に来てくれますよね。
ま、そうだな。改めて よろしく頼むぜ。
よかった。これからはまた3人一緒ですね。
まだ何か言いたそうだな。ああ、時の砂を盗んだことか。それはあれだ。別行動の時だったからノーカウントだろ。砂はちゃんと返しておくし、また仲間になったんだからもう盗みはしないぜ。あ、そうだ、これをやるよ。言っとくけど盗んだもんじゃねえぜ。魔法の道具を探してた時見つけたんだ。そいつのために随分大枚はたいたんだぜ。それで新しい魔界に行ってもっともっと強くなるんだ。そんでもって打倒エビル・プリースト、打倒ランディオル、あちあちだぜ。
I hope the game still has a few twists in store for the story. Because I feel this is an almost like painfully simplistic conclusion for all of the conflict. To end on a note of like, well, not every human is evil and we are friends forever just feels, I don't know, almost juvenile. Because we just saw an alternative ending vision of where this plot could go. But what we are left with is this.
「地獄の帝王エスタークはここで目覚めたって言ってたか？」
ええ、その影響でこの最悪の魔球と人間界のアッテムト鉱山がつながってしまい、
そして勇者は地獄の帝王を見つけ完全復活しちまう前に倒したってわけか。
アッコイ邪教団は言っていました。地獄の三神は地獄の帝王とも呼ばれていると。
三神？変な話だな。ここで見つかったエスタークは一体だけだったんだろ？つまりエスタークみたいなのがもしかしたら他にもいるかもしれないってことか。
Interesting. If he's made up of 3 other gods, I bet you actually have to get all of them and fuse them together to synthesize this Stark as a party member. interesting you bring this up because it reminds me of this search for Chimeramon in Digimon World 2 for the PS1. And it's been a very, very long time that I've read up on this, so I'm not gonna remember the details correctly, but... So Chimeramon is this one Digimon that is coded into the game, but there seemingly is no legitimate way to get him. You just see him by cheating, basically. But then there was something about one guy who was certain he once found Chimeramon in the game, or he could find it. And there was either an entire website or a subsection of a website dedicated to explaining this search process. Actually, I think I'm gonna look into that again later today because it was pretty enthralling. I love this kind of old video game history, especially if it's a game I played a lot when I was a kid. Digimon World 2 is a fun game to have something like this because you could kind of believe it is real. In that game you had a post-game dungeon that has a load of lures, so it's a bit like that post-game dungeon in Monster Girls, which I didn't finish yet. And if I remember it right, if you get far enough into that dungeon, you can actually find some Digimon you don't get anywhere else. Not Chimeramon, but some others. It feels a bit like where the devs put their leftover assets that they couldn't fit into the main game.
こうなりゃただの石像だな。お、そこから奥へ行けそうだ。先に進もうぜ。
I feel that just in general, also new mimic, just in general, video games don't really get to be mysterious anymore. Just because of the internet for one and how marketing works nowadays. For example, fighting games don't have unlockable characters anymore. You know everything you're getting before you buy the game. Because the marketing wants to appeal to as many people as possible, so they are gonna show off all of the characters. And instead of unlocking new ones, you pay for them. You're just not gonna buy a fighting game and to find out what hidden characters it has anymore. And when games do have a mystery attached to them nowadays, it's like an ARG. It's like an intentional marketing ploy, so it doesn't really feel the same. Something like Kimeramon in Digimon World 2 doesn't feels like unintentional. It's just a monster that the devs didn't have the time to include in the game proper, but there's enough leftovers of him to imagine there might be a way to get him. My party actually got wiped by a random encounter. That's... I guess I'll have to start synthesizing them. The Bind of Isaac actually got around that problem. I know the developer was very angry about people data mined the game before, but the next time they tried to put a secret character in the game, they actually just put like hints to get to him. And only after the player base figured out of the mystery, they added the character as an update. I think it involved people finding a real-life location and digging up a plushie of the character. Then the character came in an update.
誰もいませんね。なぜこの玉座には
Also, you can use the internet to put up those things so it can't be data mined. You have to look for stuff outside of the game.
行ってみましょう。
I do not have any warp inside this dungeon, so I'll have to try to find the boss room before I can go back and revive everybody. And we're gonna try to get around pillars again. There has to be some way to get around those so I can get up on this staircase to the right. Maybe the way is not in this room at all and I have to go back. Oh, never mind. I didn't consider could just get up there and then jump off to get around to the pillars. Just like this. Right, let's see if my party is strong enough for this boss because I just barely got past that dragon.
この姿、確か最悪の魔球の重装で見た。
なんだってんだ。バッコイ ブリキュートな信者たちパッコイパッコイそれパッコイ激ヤバマジ心理パッコイガチめの超心理パッコイ破滅の超心理パッコイ生命誕生以来の最高峰超絶最高超心理パッコイ
Hi there, Night Cerberus.
さあさあ皆さん滅びの準備はできました？地獄の三神イスナのお目覚めだ。
こいつまさか。
こっちに来ます。
Unique music too. I might be unprepared for this. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, a lot of important stuff just happened, so later you might want to check out this VOD if you're curious. We even briefly met the entire party from Dragon Quest IV. A nice one for the healer. Now, Mechanoram is taking 3 waves of panic to himself, so his stats are down to the gutter now. It might actually be better to let him use of his effect attacks in the whole party instead of letting the dragon tank everything. So this slime doesn't have to keep you rolling for revives. That seem to fail most of the time in bosses. I don't think I have anybody who has a dispel skill. Yeah, good thing Good thing to look for later. It's also a problem that the CPU prioritizes reviving party members rather than keeping himself alive.
これを
Oh, he needs self, but Dora needs a NP. That's gonna be tough.
ほっ これを ほっ
Oh wow, good timing on the right answering.
これを ほっ
I'm using some very valuable items here, but I have to get past this boss.
これを
Yeah, it's not like you can use them in tournaments in a way.
ほっ
Oh nice. So Dora gets to be the MVP again, but was she thirsty in this fight? She used two full MP restore items.
Na, こいつもしかして。
よく似ています。この魔球の中層で見た世界を焼き尽くしたという地獄の三神の一柱に。
やっぱり地獄の帝王は3体いるってわけか。だがそうだとしたらもう1体はどこへ行ったんだ。
Oh, wow, what was that? Just a jump scare? Also, they bothered to draw his corpse on the minimap. That's kinda creepy.
ルーラ、
Oh, I'm not supposed to be at Warsu. Actually, I've unlocked a couple new circles.
ここが炎竜三兄弟の情景。アンドロスが支配するエリアですね。
We're back to those Brimstone boys, so I guess the bosses will get easier for a little while.
おやおや、おめえさんたちも早く逃げた方がいいだよ。向こうに神殿が見えるだろう。あそこでアンドロスが儀式をやってるだ。なんでも極園長ルタガルーダの真の力を目覚めさせるとか、そんなことになればこの魔界は終わりだ。全て焼き尽くされちまう。
極園長ルタガルーダ、この魔界の中級エリアで蘇った不死の力を持つ鳥。
おいおい、そんなもん悪用されたら面倒だ。祭壇とやら行ってみようぜ。
Oh, that one in the cutscene? I actually had one of those in my main party in another Monsters game, but it was a different color. Basically a dark version of him. I think he's supposed to be a killing. I think it's the name of the creature. There's one of those in Monster Hunter. I remember Quailing as a monster because of that one raid boss in Granblue Fantasy that's a nightmare to farm. Oh, this is just to go back. This way is where I think I'm supposed to go now, but this rock is too high up to jump. And so is this one. Oh, it's a different tag. So randomly we get a B rank monster. That's nice. I was about to comment that it's strange how like the wild monsters we find don't seem to really be scaling to the plot. We are still finding some of the same monsters we had in the lower echelon of this circle. And I get the feeling the game is holding on to these low rank monster encounters for as long as it possibly can for some reason. But that makes it harder to find good monsters to synthesize with your party. So I guess we are hunting for more golden eggs. It does feel strange to have just fought off that grotesque demon boss. And then we're back to beating up orange slimes. And strangely we are back to the lower rank mimic. The green one we found before was a stronger version. Maybe I will try to scout a couple of those optional bosses off stream, but I can't promise anything. We can beat them, but actually recruiting them is another story. I wonder if it's just upper echelon eggs that can be a better rarity, or if the ones from previous areas now can also be golden. Right, so this thing can rotate. This ramp seems to be the only way up.
Oh.
There's a monster we used to have in our party. This is the first time in the series steps out of mobile consoles, with the exception of the PS1 release, which is just was this 2D pixel art. But then this is easily the best looking 3D Dragon Quest monsters. Now, whether this is the best one, I'm not so sure. It certainly has some quality of life stuff that makes it easier to play it in previous games, but it lacks in some other areas. Really, if you've been watching the story and the game has seemed interesting to you so far, I would strongly recommend playing a Dragon Quest Monsters game. Not even necessarily this one, just any game in this series. It is very underappreciated. I think he would be at great risk of just hitting his swords against one another. It's not very practical. Oh, speaking of which. Rotating the rock doesn't seem to have changed anything. So what if I go back down here? Alright, this is a new level. That's it. So there is another pathway you can make. For once, this seems to be a pure dead end. There is usually treasure chest in those. Oops, one more time. I do like this dungeon. I was missing having interactive stuff like this. Especially after the desert dungeon that was just a labyrinth. The only problem is if you accidentally step out and fall down. So this is the last boss of this stream, but can we actually beat it? Even random encounters are giving me a bit of trouble now. At least in terms of damage output.
火の神よ、その愛しを極縁長に。あんちゃー、大変だ、あいつが来たよ。
ほう、あなたが反逆者の第二王子ですか。私は遠竜三兄弟の長兄にしてこの魔界の支配者。
極縁長ルタカルーダ。
この鳥の不死の力をランディオル大帝に捧げる。それこそが我ら三兄弟の使命。
それでランディオルを不死身にするってか。そんなの冗談じゃねえぞ。
邪魔をするならば、たとえ王子といえどもこの手で葬るしかありませんね。集まれ兄弟。
我ら遠竜三兄弟、大抵の敵に粛清の炎を燃やす者なり。
This is probably gonna have 2 phases. I'm pretty sure you have to face the bird later. I wonder if you're gonna have MP for everybody. Dora just carpet bombs the opposition, as she usually does. Oh, wow. So our healer gets 1 damage and finishes off the mid boss. That's amazing. I can't think of one very cool 3-headed dragon monster, but he's not in this game. I actually don't know if I saw it right. I'll have to check it in the VOD. But I think he just finished off the last minion with a 1 damage normal attack.
こうなったらやるしかないね、あんちゃん。我ら遠流三兄弟、主君のため神明を落とすことを誓う者なり。学園長よ、我らの魂を糧とし、その真の力に目覚めたまえ。おお、ついに極園長様が覚醒された。極園長様、その不死なる力を我らが主ランディオル大帝にお与えください。
アホどもめが、地獄の魔物風情が我が聖なる力を欲するなどおこがましい。消えよう。そんな。我は炎をもって
That's because of the model scale. This is actually just a recolor of a generic monster we've seen before.
天へと返してやろう。
こいつはやべえ鳥野郎だな。行くぞ。
これを。
I thought for a moment that he doesn't sink that tough. Oh, he takes no damage from Kafrizzle. So our Hocus Pocus is pretty much useless in this fight. I guess he can't at least cast attack buff. That was our last full MP restore item. I really have to address my party's MP usage.
Kamiにも等しい力を持つ我を倒すとは。しかし我は永遠の時を生きる神長。
やったぜ。これでこの魔界もお前の天下だな。俺たち
No, hey.
生きてる。
極縁長が倒されたおかげで捧げた命も戻ってきたということでしょう。王子、深く感謝いたします。我々の命はあなたに救われました。
あんちゃん、礼なんて言うなよ。そいつはランディオル大帝の敵だぞ。
我ら炎竜三兄弟は大帝のために生き、大帝のために死ぬ。しかしながら王子に命を救われたのも事実。いやいや、始祖よりのご恩決して忘れるべからず。
困ったぞ。
意見が分かれましたね。ならば三兄弟の決まりに従い多数決を取りましょう。今後王子に忠誠を誓うか、それともランディオル大帝に誓うかです。では最初に、今後は王子に忠誠を誓う者。
おかしいおかしいおかしい。さっきまでの話と全然違うじゃんか。
何言ってんだお前、ひどいやつだな。王子は命の恩人だぞ。その通りです。感謝の気持ちも持てないとは、なんという恩知らずな白状ドラゴンか。
そういうこと。よし、分かったよ。
分かってくれましたか。ならば次は聞く順番を変えてみましょう。では今後もランディオル大帝に忠誠を誓う者。
デタラメだ
冗談だよ、冗談。じゃあ改めて
So how long is this going for?
王子に忠誠を誓う者。よし、今日より我らの主君は満場一致で。というわけで早速お耳に入れたいことが。王子が魔族の王を目指すなら兄である暴将ディオロスを避けては通れません。
Imagine to have a presidential election and then have it all over again just to make sure it's who you want.
かの者は最近守護四帝という猛将を配置し、覇王城に結界を張ったそうです。守護四帝と暴将ディオロス、すべてを倒さねば大抵には会うことすらも叶いません。
王将ディオロス、勇者の村を滅ぼした魔界最強と謳われるものですね。
皆様のご武運をお祈りしております。我ら炎竜三兄弟、王子に永遠の忠誠を誓う者なり。
They are not actually joining us as playable monsters, just they're gonna become NPCs, I guess. That's not what I thought would happen. Before we end, we're gonna check out the other new echelon. Oh, there's two of them. But we'll just see this one and we can leave the next one for next week.
ムジェラが封印を解いちまったって化け物か。
その魔獣は自分が王になると言ってこの上級エリアに向かったらしいです。あの洞窟から上に登れるかもしれません。早速行ってみましょう。
Chef outfit. Actually, yes, I should have done that the other time you were in this circle of indulgence. We've not changed outfits since the beginning of the game. But we're gonna actually use that only next week, because the stream is ending. I'll check if there's anybody I would like to raid. The way Twitch tries to recommend you people to raid is kinda strange. It kinda tries to find people of the same channel size and type of content as you, but it's not that reliable. Anyway, I did find a small VTuber, so I am gonna raid them. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope to see you next week. Have a good night.